Ever since WrestleMania, I've only had about one question for WWE. When are y'all niggas gonna end the fucking brand split? Ever since 2016, right? We've had exclusive roster pay-per-views. We've had you know, championship titles for each each fucking show, Raw and SmackDown, and I would say it hasn't really helped much. Like, if people watch Raw, if people watch SmackDown, like, all together are niggas watching both fucking shows. Like, my thing is this: you have to realize the roster on, like, Raw, for example, when Brock Lesnar was the champion for WrestleMania, he had we had a title versus title match, winner take all. What does that show you for the fucking roster? Like, what does that say about both rosters? There's no fucking actual good opponents. You know, sure, Brock has had Bobby Lashley, but I would say him and yeah, I would say Bobby Lashley has been the only real legit opponent on Raw when he was the champion. You know, there might have been somebody else. I just can't think of. But on SmackDown, how many jobbers has Roman Reigns faced at a pay per view? You've had Shit Zaro, you've had Daniel Bryan, you've had fucking Kevin Owens, just a bunch of fucking jobbers and shit. Like, and right now, as I'm currently recording this video, shit Stain Nakamura is challenging this nigga for the fucking title. And, or titles, I should say. And I don't know how I feel about that because this nigga is not a legit opponent. And, you know, I think they should just end the brand split. Like, end the fucking brand split. Now, it might be over because Roman won both titles. So, they're unifying, or they're trying to unify the tag team titles. So, whoever wins, like the Usos versus RK Bro, whoever wins that match, is the champion or the tag team champions for both Raw and SmackDown. So, I guess the brand split is coming to an end. Now, did this shit really accomplish anything? Not really. You know, all the brand split did was just make less TV time for superstars. Like, what I mean by that is if you have like the WWE championship and then the universal title, and you have opponents for just those two titles each, you know, everybody else is not going to be considered an opponent. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody isn't going to be a fucking like a real legit opponent. Like, especially for damn sure Roman. Like, how many jobbers has this nigga fucking faced ever since he was champion? You know, when he first won that shit, he had Jey Uso, he had Edge, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, uh, McIntyre, and maybe like two more niggas, but that's it really. Like, when Brock Lesnar was the champion, he didn't have a single fucking legit opponent except Bobby Lashley. But if the brand split is over, I'm happy for that because you know it might as well be because we just had one champion who has both titles, which I'm fucking I'm glad, you know, because there's just no fucking legit opponents. Like, the roster is thin as fuck. There might be like less than 10 niggas on Raw and SmackDown. And I'm not talking about the tag team division. I'm talking about single stars, my nigga. Like the roster is small as fuck. Like it's smaller than my 8th grade class, and there was 12 of us niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the fucking brand split. Like, please. Stop having exclusive fucking pay-per-views like they fucking mean some shit. Like, you know, cause back in the day, back in the Attitude Era, when wrestling was actually fucking cool and shit, like the rosters were bloated as fuck. That's why they had to have like separate brands and shit. You know, and they actually have fucking stars. So like Austin, he faced like maybe every pay per view, he had a new opponent when he was champion. The Rock, he had a new opponent every pay per view when he was a champion. He didn't face the same nigga more than maybe 3 times. You know, but now like when Roman is the fucking champion, he has to face like fucking Daniel Bryan fucking 2 out of the 3 pay per views and shit. Edge 3 out of the 4 pay. It's like we y'all are just fucking like regurgitating the same shit, you know. And unless you like a real fan of like fucking, you know, seeing the same match over and over again, like we want some new fucking shit. Like we want some new matchups, you know. But that's all I gotta say about that. And the fucking brand split, you know. There's no fucking stars. Like if there was stars, like of course we would have multiple we would every pay-per-view we'd have like a new opponent every pay-per-view, but this there ain't shit. Like, you know, there's really no point of the brand split. Like y'all are just making shit exclusive, just I guess for fucking business purposes, you know, because you got Fox on the other hand who invested so much money and put a lot of money into SmackDown, and then you got USA Network with Raw, and it's worse because if none of these fucking if both of these shows don't get any viewers, like there's really no point. But that's all I gotta say, man. In the fucking brand split, you know, there ain't no like actual niggas in the fucking roster, and it's fucking small as fuck. Like, it's small as fuck with a bunch of jobbers. But that's all I gotta say, man. Peace.